Welcome back to A Closer Look. If you're just joining us, my guest today is Tom Reed, who is the founder of Miami Models in South Beach.
Yes.
And we have Terry Snow, who's the director of this show that we're talking about,
Yes.
this docudrama, this,
Yes,
and you're located in Johnson City. You're with?
Yes. I'm located in Johnson City right now.
What's the name of your?
Snow Global Productions. Sorry.
Snow Globe
Yeah.
Productions. Okay, and you're the director of this movie
Yes.
that's being filmed about what you experienced, Tom.
And our family.
And your
and our
family,
diner.
And your diner, and your town.
And the
Right.
community in
and the
general.
community,
Yeah.
so it's a ripple effect.
Right.
Okay, so Terry, tell us what's going on with the story we just had heard a little bit ago that Tom told us. What's going on
Right.
on your end with the production?
Well, like I said, we just shot the teaser at Primordic Studios in
Okay.
Irwin, Tennessee. We plan soon to go to Sheffield, Massachusetts, go to WSBS Radio and get all the interviews. A lot of the people that called in 1969, they're very old. So this is our last chance to talk to them.
To preserve that.
Okay.
To get it right, so to speak. Because like I said, this has been covered by a lot of people, just hasn't included everything that needed to be included. So
Is this picture that I'm looking at, is that,
That's the actual bridge.
that's the actual
Yeah,
bridge?
And
the
that's what it
actual
looked
bridge,
like.
yeah.
That's actually the rendering from the Roswell UFO
Okay,
Museum.
so we're looking at this bridge. It looks like a covered bridge. And we have a lot of those in this part of the country.
Yeah,
actually.
so it's going to be, that's what I'm saying, it's going to be
the
perfect.
terrain's great. Yeah, the terrain's great for shooting our reenactments, which is where East Tennessee comes in really to help us out there. But in the next month, we'll be going up to Sheffield, getting those interviews. And then during the winter months, we'll be shooting the reenactments down here. In Knoxville, Kingsport, Johnson City, Bristol, Irwin. And then in the spring, we'll probably go back up to Sheffield for more pickups. And then it'll be ready for release on September 1st,
On its anniversary.
2019.
50th anniversary.
Oh, is that when it occurred? Okay.
50th anniversary of the incident, September 1st, 2019.
Wow.
So, yeah. This is really why we want to do it. Like I said, it's the last time we'll get a lot of these people on tape, unfortunately. And this is going to be the first time where Tom has his hands in it and can actually make sure it doesn't get, a little cheese balled up or something like that.
Sensationalized again.
Sensationalized, there you go.
Yes.
So really, we want to get to the gritty truth and definitely how it affected this community and over the 250 witnesses. It really split the town because it's a small farming town. And then for half the people to have seen this, and then the other half to be, grounded farmers, like, stop talking about it. You guys are crazy.
Okay.
It really split the town. And there's a lot of conflict.
Right.
So this makes for a very interesting story.
Oh, it
for
was
sure.
crazy. I mean, it was, there were fights. I mean, the police were obnoxious. We took 2 police officers to Superior Court. I mean, my father was not only an attorney, like I said, but he was also a mayor, and this got mentioned at the UN. I mean, this had legs. I mean, this thing went places, and to picture this, we back in the day we rode those little banana seat bikes. Well, all these kids would come back to our diner after school because the school buses didn't go to their homes. They were lived so far off the main beaten path.
Farmland, yeah.
Farmland, yeah. So the farmers would get up early and they would just drop their children off at our diner. So basically my entire class used to eat breakfast at our diner together. And now they're, like I said before, they're
grown up.
They have pull in town. They're very well off, and so when this, I lost my father, they were close to our family. And so they're like, we don't want his name to be tarnished. Is kind of how it started.
Okay.
Why, when I got the monument, my father's name was actually on the monument because it was kind of a tribute to my late father. And that's kind of how it went. It was all, even though there was a lot of turbulence and controversy back in the day, there was still a very warm local feel to support our family because we did take this further than anyone ever thought we would. I mean, we stuck to our guns. And this group of children and so on who he's going to be interviewing never wavered. They stuck to their guns, and today as a unit, all these people made history together. And that gets so lost over this, the bang, the lights and all that. Sure, that played a part in it, but this is a community piece. This is a piece about the people and how this affected an entire, community. And that gets lost all the time.
Well, you said this has been done on other genres, like on TV and all that.
Discovery Channel,
Ancient
science.
aliens, alien mysteries, things like that. But they always focus, like Tom said, on the bright lights and the flash. All they want is the flash, and we're like, but there's people here that it affects.
So much
there's
more than
feelings
that.
here that
They
we
were
need-
just concentrating on the sighting, not the
Right.
story.
Right, exactly. And that's really not the story.
Right, the sighting's a big part, but there's so much more here that's not being included.
With ties to Tennessee.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. I mean, we got a monument. I got a 5,000-pound monument that was unveiled to me live on ABC News New York.
Yeah.
And now I've got a full-blown park in Sheffield, the Tom Reed UFO Monument Park.
And it keeps growing.
Which is sponsored by
yeah.
Ancient Aliens, actually gave a donation to the park, which I think you got a copy of that. And then the Roswell UFO Museum sponsors our park. And so does Ben Hansen from TV's
Yeah,
Facts
so
of Fake
this
and
got
Travis Walton. So it has a lot of sponsors. There's a lot of people who support this.
And this got inducted in 2015. It's just been rolling ever since and getting the story out there. And I think this will be the final piece that really brings it all together and really shows people.
It's a lot to talk about. When I do
Yeah.
a radio
Yeah.
show or something, everyone wants to know what you saw. But to me, it's a much bigger piece, and it takes a long time to tell it. And that's the struggle, and that's why this is going to probably be a fairly long film, but because we have the actual participants, the radio station is still in town, WSBS Radio, with the same call letters in the same building. How rare is
Same
that?
building, yeah.
Right, and our restaurant was still there until last year
really?
with the same name. So this town doesn't change much. The
Very
bridge is still there, the restaurant's there, the members of the family, if there's someone they've lost a relative, some of that family's still there who remembers it. So we're going to have a very powerful film.
So well, let me start over. How far are you into filming?
Like we just finished, so far we've just planned out our schedule. We've shot the teaser trailer. We got our crew together.
Chapters are done.
Chapters are done. We're just looking.
Casted it.
Well,
most of it.
We'll get ready to rock and roll with actually camera shot in the next few weeks. We're hoping near the end of October to go up to Sheffield, get the interviews with all the people, the radio station, all the witnesses, police, things of that nature, and come back down.
And my mother, who owned the restaurant's actually in Tennessee, so she's actually going to go on record for the first time as well.
Yeah. So we'll also.
Wow, where's she at in Tennessee? Around here?
Concord.
Okay, I don't even know where that is.
Near Lake, North Shore.
Okay.
It's near Knoxville.
Near Knoxville. Okay.
Knoxville
Turkey
Ferry
Creek area,
Look at you talking Massachusetts, North Shore. We're in Tennessee right now.
Well, we live on North Shore, so.
Yeah. That Massachusetts accent definitely comes out once in a while.
It does once in a while.
So do you need any other people cast? Where did you
Oh,
cast?
yeah.
We'll need plenty of
Lot of people.
casting. Right now, we probably just locked in all the main players for casting, but like I said, the diner scenes with all these.
It's going to be shot mostly in the diner.
With
So
all
we're
the-
going to need different people to come and go and in a wide range of personalities because actually our stunt coordinator was in Halloween.
Yeah,
in
our
2008.
stunt coordinator, Marion Singh, just got done working on the new Halloween.
Well, you know, the
film.
other guy the guy that started was in the first Halloween, lives in Johnson City.
No kidding. Well,
Really?
let's talk to him.
The guy that played Jason in the first Halloween, Lemmings. He's in fact he's going to be in the new one too. He's been
really?
in lots of stuff.
my
I can't
gosh.
remember what.
We should talk to him.
Yeah, I forgot his name. I can get it for you in a minute.
Really? That's fantastic.
great.
But anyhow, he lives in Johnson City. So do you have any room for like
Well, I
a
tend to-
middle-aged, overweight,
Absolutely.
curly
But can
haired
I
woman?
can I piggyback on this for a minute? You know who else we got in the movie is the first Jason, Warrington Gillette. Remember the first Jason is in
The
the
very
film.
first Jason from Friday the 13th Part 2.
Is going to be so that would be really
An
interesting mix of people, wouldn't
because
it?
when Tom
Yeah.
was in Miami, he represented the first Jason, Warrington Gillette, in Friday the 13th Part
Right
2.
there. What was the guy's name? Oh, Michael Myers. That was
Yes.
Yeah, Michael Myers,
I
yeah,
was like blank for a second.
Imagine if we
there.
get both the original
That would be
Jason.
fantastic. That would be so cool.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. He's an older guy now. I
Yeah.
haven't met him, but he's just down the road. I'll get you his name and everything.
Please, thank you
nice.
so much. And yes, there'll be a part.
But like I said, we will need a lot of casting, especially in the diner scenes. This community,
Right.
it was the hub, it was the big diner in town, and like I said, the community would come to it, and half of them were on one side, half of them were on the other side, and for Tom's Diner to be ground zero for this community, being embattled with each other is.
In the fairgrounds, in the limo scenes with my father.
Yeah.
We got the limo out there, so we're gonna have when he was getting in the limo, he'd be surrounded by people. When he ran for his campaign, was.
Oh, that's right. He was a politician.
Right, so we need a lot of people for that scene as well,
And his father being a politician is a real important part to how this has gotten so far. He's able to contact people in government and get people to look at this incident, and Tom's father played a big role in that, so that's
Okay.
very important as well.
And a lot of people say that to me. Why did your case get inducted over maybe you know, Roswell or something like that. And it really had a lot to do with the amount of people that were in our restaurant and the positions that they moved into as they got older. And the fact that my father was in office, you know, there was that little, I'll tell you something else that I haven't mentioned very often. My grandmother used to be the governess for Franklin Delano Roosevelt's grandchildren in Cherry Hills, Colorado, where I grew up until I was 3 years old. So my mother always had an interest in politics. So when my father, you know, graduated law school, she kind of pushed him into that arena. So our family's had a very political, had a lot of pull. And so being so, you know, no child left behind, my father was a really good man. And he made a lot of friends. And when he passed at 54, on the same day that this was mentioned at the UN, people looked into that. And out of respect for him, because of some of the stories that were coming out, they said, well, you know, let's preserve this man's, you know, credibility, or let's do the right thing for him. And the more they looked into it, the more they found, and it just blossomed from there.
Wow, this sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
It is really interesting.
This would be fun, you know, as a project for our area to get involved in and to see how it progresses.
It's modern history, and it's going to be shot right here in town.
Yeah, we'll have to get some more information on this so people are more aware of what's going on.
Sure,
and most of the filming's going on in Irwin.
We're going to be all
Johnson
over
City.
Knoxville, Johnson City, Kingsport,
Okay.
Bristol, Irwin.
Because this town, believe it or not, looks a lot like the town we grew up in. It's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit bigger.
A little bit was brought up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But
Okay, well, this is exciting. We'll have
Thank
to have
you.
you guys back on when it gets about finished and everything, and we'll talk
Yeah,
about that
for
when
sure.
there's a release date.
sounds terrific.
This has been a fun show. Hope to see you back this time next week with another edition of A Closer Look.
Thank you.
Thanks, Linda.
Thank you.